Hey everybody, welcome to the Movie Epidemic podcast. On today's show, we're going to be talking about a couple shitty movies with our good friend Charles J. Charlie.
Heyo.
You
We're gonna
uh,
talk.
you live from the new Charles Studios?
Yeah, brand new kitchen cast. I did promise that we were gonna start the kitchen cast as soon as I moved. Unfortunately, we're no longer doing Charlie Rose style because we were far away from each other again. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Everybody's got to live a life, man. Got to feed those children.
I hope you don't have children.
True, true. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Seventh Son. That's a brand new movie with fake Keanu Reeves and Jeff Bridges. Then we're going to talk
Yeah,
about
what is that?
Thor.
What is that guy all about?
Yeah, I don't know. What is his name? Ben Barnes? Is that it? Ben
Fake
Barnes?
Keanu.
Yeah, fake ass Keanu Reeves. And then we're gonna talk about Thor, continuing in our Avengers series, building up to the Avengers Age of Ultron. And then we're gonna end off with a little movie called Robot Overlords, starring Ben
Oh,
Kingsley. There'll be some
oh,
interesting talk. So this Seventh Son movie,
uh-huh.
wouldn't say it's like one of the worst fantasy movies I've ever seen, but it's up there.
It's not really about anything. I think that's the main problem with it.
That's the main qualm. Here's the dealio is that it gets kind of interesting in the last like 25 minutes, but the
Yeah,
first
that's
hour,
okay.
for the first hour, they're literally just walking around, and Jeff Bridges is just mumbling the whole time.
Oh, heavy mumble.
This might be the worst performance Jeff Bridges has ever done. Like I've never seen him act so poorly.
He's he's I don't know what it is, but ever since like True Grit, he realized he could just mumble his way through a fucking movie and they'd pay him anyway.
Yeah.
And then since then he's just literally been doing that. He's just been mumbling his way through.
Well, it felt like he was trying to put on like a little voice here, like sort of like he was trying to imitate Gandalf, but so much grittier and so noisy with the grit that you couldn't hear the words.
Sounded like he was chewing gravel.
Yeah,
Hey, chew less gravel for sure.
100% fuck no. Another thing too is that the pointy beard and like the wizard beard looks weird on Jeff. Like Jeff Bridges pulls off a beard pretty good. Not a wizard beard though. Not a wizard
You
beard.
weren't on board with that, hey?
Yeah, I was not on board. You know that sometimes facial hair can make it or break it for me.
I was too busy looking at weird fucking fake Keanu and like
Yeah.
I was like, why does his fucking face look like that?
Okay, so I'll try and outline the plot of this as best I can. This was a book beforehand as well. It was called The Spook's Apprentice, and
Yeah, see
basically,
that already. I say spooks less.
yeah, yeah. I like isn't spook like some sort of racial slur? Like that's what I kept thinking every time
It
it came
is.
up.
It's it is. I don't know for what, but it is.
It definitely should not be in a movie like this. But basically, what this movie's about
Yeah,
is
it's a
derogatory. Is that the word?
derogatory slur for a person of African descent.
Jesus Christ, dude! Like they said it a lot in this movie.
They
And
say
like,
it's the same as just if the bad guys were called jigaboos or something and they just
maybe
said that
not
a
maybe
lot.
not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad. And like I noticed it like pretty much the entire movie. I had to watch this movie in a few different takes because sometimes like the first hour or so it's a trek to get
I
through.
tried to watch it last night, but I was way too drunk, so I got like 20 minutes in. And I'm like, yeah, we'll rewatch this tomorrow, and I just finished it.
Yeah. So for the first hour, it's not really about anything, but we have generally I don't understand what the seventh son of the seventh son even meant. I didn't get that bit because they were like this guy has to be the apprentice because he's the seventh son, and it's like what the fuck does that even mean?
If they explained it, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, the first hour, man, I might have even skipped some of it because like first hour is pretty painful. You also got Julianne Moore in this movie, and here's the thing: Julianne Moore, she's good. She's an Academy Award-winning actress. This wasn't her finest. Like,
This movie is a flop in every sense of a flop.
like
Made
I don't.
no money. Made no money.
Yeah, yeah. I think it made something like $20 million, which is barely enough to pay Jeff Bridges alone and fucking Julianne Moore. But Ben Barnes kid wasn't very good either. He's actually pretty flat. He's most commonly known for his role in Narnia as Prince Caspian.
Oh, is that what he's from?
Yeah, yeah,
So
and like
he only
nothing
does
else.
fantasy movies. Then he only
I
does fantasy movies.
He was in something else, but I can't really remember right now. He was in something else big, but the last like 7 movies he's done are like not good.
Huh.
Like stuff that we haven't even heard of. So
So
he was pretty flat.
nothing with Liam Neeson then.
No, no, no. He's never done a Liam Neeson joint, unfortunately.
Okay, all right.
There's
Well, maybe one
no
day.
no Liam Neeson joint for this guy. So basically, I'm trying to get out what this movie's actually about, because you
Uh-huh.
got this guy who's trying to he kills witches. That's his job, and that's what they call a spook. A spook kills witches, and you got the two different sides. And in the middle of this, you got the apprentice, who's the spook's apprentice, but the son of a witch. And I don't know how that works, but I guess it does.
Hey, he's the seventh son of the seventh son, all right?
Seventh son of seventh son, I guess, which I don't know what the hell that means. And then he falls in love with a witch, and okay, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you.
I would have finger blasted that witch.
It's she's definitely open season for you, I'm sure. Because that like I'm positive they won't make a sequel of this, but that guy must have died soon after the end of the events, right, of this film. I mean, the character didn't die, but I would assume that character's probably gonna die soon.
I don't know. I don't. Nor do I care.
Yeah. Not to mention,
I would
here's
never. I would never watch the sequel to this.
here's the thing: is the first hour and five is so boring, but the last 25 minutes, it's not terrible. It's not
Yeah,
terrible.
it's all right. That
There's
doesn't
some
mean
good
it's a
stuff
good
in there.
movie, though.
I don't know. There is one scene that I really like because they explain that the main witch, who's played by Julianne Moore, used to have a relationship with Jeff Bridges' character, and I enjoyed like their final moments together before she died. But then they fucking ruined it. I was like, okay, now we're gonna have like an emotional little moment here, but then she's like, lol, JK, and tries to kill the guy, and it's like, couldn't you just have had a moment? Like, she knew she was gonna die. Couldn't there have just been a moment there? Did it have to be like JK? Nah, she's still evil.
There's just some books that are not very well translated onto
Yeah,
film.
but it's also possible. I've never read the book. I
No
think
one
it's
has. No one
I think
knows what this even is.
I think it was written by Joseph Delaney, if I'm remembering correctly. But I bet it's bad.
I mean, how many fantasy books are there exactly like this? Like, I can think of at least 6 or 7.
Yo, take some of Asimov's work. Make movies out of that. Why
I
are
know.
we why are we going to Joseph Delaney?
Yeah, I don't think. I think Asimov has like a contract where you're not allowed to adapt his work, right?
Really? Because man, I would
No
kill.
foundation movies for you.
I would kill to see a Santiago movie. I would kill.
Santiago.
Yo, that's a good book, man. That's a good book. But
I'd fuck with. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'd fuck with some foundation movies though if they made
yeah.
those.
Well, I mean, I feel like the books they work well as books, but I feel like they're almost too dry to be movies. You'd bore the shit out of audiences, and then they wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably. I mean, there's many reasons why there hasn't been a foundation movie yet, but I feel like, and another thing too is that fucking Hollywood's greedy assholes that they make every book into a movie and then split the last book into 2 movies unnecessarily.
You know what would be a good two-parter?
What's that?
Farmer's Almanac.
100% would not see. If they made a movie of Farmer's Almanac, you can guarantee I wouldn't be there. No bells.
But it tells you the best season and type of canola to plant.
And you would watch that in 2 parts. You would watch upwards of 5 hours of that.
Hey man, I think you'd be surprised what I would watch.
Here's why I think that this Spook's Apprentice book can't be any good.
Uh-huh.
If you can adapt a book into a 90-minute joint and it stretches for the first hour, you don't got a good book on your hands. Like I feel like there was a lot more backstory that they just didn't tell us. Like, could they only afford Jeff Bridges for like 6 days? So they
Hey,
had to get it
when
done.
you're making a movie that is set in a fantasy world and everything's weird as fuck and I don't know what's going on, for sure explain some of it.
Except, like, it needed way more explanation, and that was the problem with the first hour is that they just threw these characters at us in these situations, and they just wanted us, the audience, to accept it. But I wasn't.
It's like if you teach a class and you're like, yeah, let's do no theory. Let's just go straight to the meat of it. No theory whatsoever. That's what this
Yeah,
was like.
exactly. And this movie had a lot of problems, but you know what? For the $95 million budget that it had, that's pretty that's pretty normal for a Hollywood film, right?
Yeah.
About 95 million. Special effects weren't terrible. I
No, that
mean,
was fine. It
there
seemed
was
like a decently made movie
there
for
was
the
one
most
part
part.
though. There was one part where there was like a girl who was a jaguar or something like that. Yeah, that jaguar was 100% fuck no. They didn't even try with that one.
That was like, that was like the fucking lions walking through the city of I Am
Yeah,
Legend
that's
type
exactly what
shit.
I thought of from I Am Legend. It's like the fucking wolves in the gray, man. They didn't even try. Or the polar bear in Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer was made for like $45 though. So.
True. They got Captain America in there as a voluntary gig.
Snowpiercer was made for less than $1 million.
Was it really?
I don't know, probably not.
That would be fantastic. So, I don't know. I almost thought this was going to be more of a sci-fi, to be honest, mostly because you told me that it would be a sci-fi. But
That's literally what someone told me. They're like, you gotta watch this movie, great sci-fi. I'm like, okay, watch it.
wait. Not only did this person mistake the fantasy genre for sci-fi, but they also told you it was good?
Great movie.
Who is this person?
I'll tell you later.
Behead this person.
But you could probably guess.
Oh, you know what? I think I know. I think I know who it was. God damn. No, man. Like I said, though, the last 25 minutes, it was pretty entertaining. I liked it. I liked
I would
the
never
last.
watch this movie again.
No, oh, absolutely. There would be no reason I would ever need for this to be on my television screen ever again.
I would say 100% fuck no to Seventh Son.
I would say 100% fuck no. I mean, like I said, the last 25 minutes is kind of appealing, but it doesn't really make up for the first 65 boring minutes of just throwing the audience into the lion's den of the seventh son. And they still never explained what the hell the seventh son was. They barely explained, like he had that gem, like that gem that protected him. They did no background on that. They were just like, no, it's just a gem, man. It protects you. Nothing on that.
No, you stole that from a witch, bro.
Yeah, no, I know they said that, but like, why does it protect him?
Because he's stole from a witch, bro.
No, I got that part. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. 100% fuck no. Is what I'm saying on this one.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, on that, this movie was kind of like medieval, right? Was this set in a parallel universe, or was it set in our own universe, but with dragons and witches and stuff? I think it's
who
like.
gives a fuck, dude?
I think it's like
when you
England.
come to those questions, it's like, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter.
True. So we decided to put together our top 5 medieval films. So do you want to start us off this week?
Now, what do you count as medieval? Like knights and shit?
I guess so. It's pretty loose, man. It's pretty loose. Like, I don't know. I didn't put Lord of the Rings on my list, but I would count it because it's just like that lore, that sort of, feel.
Okay, so like sort of fantasy then. This could be basically a fantasy list.
Mine's not really. I mean, there's some fantasy shit on my list, but it's not solely fantasy.
Okay, mine's mine's pretty messed up. So and none of it's really medieval. Maybe two of them.
Well, sick,
Uh, what's
bro. Land it
what's your
on me.
number five?
My number five. My number
Yeah.
five is the obvious medieval movie. It's A Knight's Tale, starring Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah,
That's a movie where you see Paul Bettany's ass more than anything else.
for sure. Less metal music or whatever
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I think Smash Mouth was in this movie at some point.
Hey,
I don't
100% no Smash Mouth in your medieval movie.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But it is a fun as heck movie. There's some good parts in it, and hey, everybody loves Heath Ledger. Rest in peace and peace.
Rest in peace and peace and peace. Uh, okay, my number five. I don't know if it's technically medieval, but there's a lot of battles in it.
Is there a
This is
dragon?
no dragon. This is set in the real world. That's what this is.
Ah,
So
ah.
there's a couple good war scenes with swords and whatnot. Little Mel Gibson movie called Braveheart.
Yeah, I guess you'd count this one. I didn't put it on my list because I was debating whether or not this one counted. But I would say yeah, you count Braveheart. Braveheart's a fantastic movie. Only problem, Mel Gibson, don't make your movies so fucking long.
Hey, another thing about Mel Gibson, for sure, stop being in movies.
You know that if when you released a movie in the 90s, if you needed two of those black VHS tapes, might be too
Was it
much.
two tapes?
It was two tapes. I can only recall three movies I ever had that was two tapes. I had Braveheart, which was two tapes. Titanic
Yeah,
was two tapes.
that's the only one
I
I can
had
remember.
I had this awesome ultra cut of Terminator 1 and 2 that was two tapes.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It was like a ultra cut, made it look like one movie.
My grandma had Gone with the Wind. That was also two tapes.
Ah, you know what? Fiddler on the Roof is two tapes.
Oh shit, we getting down to all the two tape action.
Yeah, all the two tapers. Oh, Ten Commandments was two tapes.
Okay, Ten Commandments. All right.
Here's the thing.
Shrek Supercut, two tapes.
Shrek, two tapes?
Supercut, the Supercut.
No, I just had a big box for some reason.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
The massive box that Shrek had for some reason.
And it was a bad box, so the tape would always just slide out.
Yeah, yeah, and if
there
you
was
was trying
no,
to put it on a shelf, it would just jut.
like you know how like normal tapes, you gotta kind of shake them to get it out, 'cause they're like they're that rough material that holds it in.
Yeah,
But
it's a good thing, and
the
you can even do the one-handed grasp on the two little.
the problem with Shrek was it had the slippery inside, so like it would just fall out.
True, true. That's why I actually made my own case for Shrek.
Okay,
I think
we've discussed this already. It's
We've
fine.
discussed this before. My number four is a little movie called The Princess Bride.
Oh
Absolutely
yeah,
love
I
this
guess that
movie.
counts.
Yeah, I think this counts. I think it counts. You got some good stuff. Wallace Shawn, of course, steals
Oh,
the
dude.
show in this
He's
bad
the
boy.
only good thing in that movie.
I found out
Andre the Giant. All right, I'll give Andre.
Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah, Billy Crystal is in that shit.
Fucking love me some Billy Crystal. Get Shorty's
Billy
one of the
Crystal.
best, worst movies of all time.
Get Shorty.
Get Shorty, baby. Wasn't
What's
there a sequel?
Be cool, be cool.
Wasn't there a sequel to Get Shorty? Wasn't it like called Get Shortier or something?
No, it was called Be Cool.
Oh, what are those sequels?
Be Cool is a sequel to Get Shorty.
I didn't know that. I just know I'm well aware that Be Cool is supposedly one of the worst movies of all time. Didn't know it was a Get Shorty sequel.
Come on, Charles, get up on your movie trivia.
Okay, well I know
Well,
now. I know now.
Yo, when Charles goes to movie trivia night, he fails so hard.
Nah, but here's the thing: is that movie trivia at bars is like some of the easiest shit ever. Like it's things like who directed Braveheart, and you're like, I wonder who that was. Oh, fucking obviously it was Mel Gibson. Or like things like what's the name of the second Mad Max movie? And it's like, oh my god, it's so easy. Like, have you ever been to a bar on movie trivia night? Because it is like it's like who played Dory in fucking Finding Nemo? It's like, okay, give me something that's actually not so easy. 100% easy. 100% fuck no on movie trivia night.
That being said, Charles has never won, so.
Yeah, true, true. Nah, JK. Mostly bras though. Mostly bros. Like they go there and they're
Where's
like,
the Anchorman trivia?
yeah, it's like mostly bros trying to do the movie trivia, and they always just guess like whoever's the most famous on their four options. Like if it was like who played Dory in Finding Nemo, they'd be like, "Oh, dude, that was Angelina Jolie, right? So hot, she was the fish, man.
Bro.
Angelina Jolie,
Where's
bro."
where's the Harold and Kumar trivia?
Yeah, fucking Harold. Here's the thing: Harold and Kumar won, not bad. The other two, pretty bad. Harold and Kumar one is fun, but
Hey, it's John Cho and Cal something.
it's those movies. Does that movie count as a medieval film because they're going to the castle?
Yeah, you count.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of speaking of Harold and Kumar, go to White Castle. My number 4. No, that would be amazing though.
That
That
would be
would
the
be
best
amazing.
thing. If that was that, like, I would shake your hand through the computer.
My number 4 is a little number called 300.
300. You think this one counts as medieval?
Yeah.
Maybe. I like 300 a lot.
Hey, I just counted if it had swords in it mostly. It's
That makes sense.
more of a Roman movie, less medieval.
Yeah, it's definitely
Only
Greek
only
mythology.
only like 1,000 years apart. It's fine.
Yeah, well, maybe 2,000. Definitely more than 1,000. But you're close. You got close at least.
All I'm saying is I'm counting it.
I'm not gonna stop you from counting 300. I'm just saying personally, I wouldn't put it on my list.
Well, I don't like any medieval movies, so that's the problem. That's the problem here.
Here's the thing, though, is there are some good medieval movies. My number 3 is a Disney movie, an animated movie called Sword in the Stone.
Never seen it.
This movie's often looked past by people who like Disney. Like, a lot of people haven't seen, like, Disney lovers, a lot of people have skipped over this one just because they don't think it's very good. Here's the thing, it's probably one of the best Disney movies. It's all about King Arthur as a kid, being treated like a friggin' plebe, and he's being forced to wash all the things, and then he teams up with Merlin, and they go on
What does he
crazy
wash?
adventures.
I actually have seen this.
Yeah, he washes like the kitchen floor and shit like that, and then
I remember Merlin. I remember Merlin, so I must have seen
Merlin.
this. I just
Merlin
don't
keeps
give a
turning.
fuck about these movies.
Merlin turns him into animals a bunch, and like there's one part where he turns into a squirrel, and then there's like a female squirrel trying to fuck him, and he's like mad uncomfortable. Like it's a good movie, man. Definitely a good movie. I like Sword in the Stone. What's your number? What are we at now? 2?
3, my
Three.
number 3. It's a little Monty Python movie. This is Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail.
I don't like this movie. In fact, you could say I hate this movie. I hate this movie quite passionately, other than the legendary ending. It's pretty funny ending. But I hate this movie.
Yeah, that's just because you're a douche, I guess.
Could be because I'm a douche, but it's I don't know. It's one of those things where the fucking fan base killed it for me. Like fan base, like they quote the shit out of this movie, think it's the funniest thing in the world. But here's the thing: is that the jokes aren't that funny.
Number 3. It's the number 3 best medieval movie according to me.
And number 4 is 300. I'm
Literally,
following.
literally the only medieval movie on my list. So that's
Is it really?
it. Sure is.
Dude, my entire list is just medieval. It's just medieval.
I don't even know what that word means, quite honestly.
It's like a time period. It's like
Yeah.
the Renaissance. It's like fucking medieval times. Remember
Dark
when
Ages, yes. I'm making a joke. I do know what it means.
Remember when we went to medieval times and that fucking guy told us that like we were like fucking how old? We were like 13 years old and that guy was like swearing up a storm, that fucking
Yeah.
server. What the? That guy was the best. What was his name? It was like Don or something.
You boys want another fucking chicken wing?
Yeah, he was like, we were like, is this suit blood? And he was like, oh shit, yeah, hell yeah, man, that's blood.
Yeah, he did say shit. Yeah, shit. Yeah, it's blood.
Yeah, it's like shit, yeah. And we were like 13. We were like 13 years
Oh
old.
man, I haven't thought about that in years. That's fucking fantastic. Shit, yeah, it's blood.
Shit, yeah. So my number, what am I at? What am I at? I'm at number 2. My number 2 is a Kevin Costner movie. Also has friend of the show, Alan Rickman, friend of the show.
Oh yeah, good guy. We're big fan. He's been on the show before.
Yeah, absolutely, Alan Rickman. That movie is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Now, Robin Hood is,
I've never seen that. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
it's awesome, dude. You got Christian Slater and Kevin Costner playing Robin Hood, and who's Robin Hood's sidekick? The little sidekick guy. I don't know.
Friar John.
No, Friar Tuck was a different dude. Lil John. That's who it was.
I'm not that guy. Hey, I'm not that guy.
But you got Christian Slater. Morgan Freebird's in this bad boy too. I think he actually plays Friar Tuck.
Freebird's in it.
And then the villain is played by Alan Rickman. We've said it before, man. Rickman plays a boss-ass villain.
Yeah, he's the best at it. Don't play anything else, Rickman.
100%.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah, Hans Gruber. One of the best villains of all time.
One of my favorite movies of all time. That's my number 2, Die Hard. No.
Okay, what's your number 2?
For real though, my number 2 is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Like I said, man, this is medieval. It's such an open-ended term that you can use Lord of the Rings in this. You can use Lord of the Rings.
Medieval's not really that open-ended. I just chose not to go along with it.
I said medieval, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try something a little different. That's fuck you.
Hey man.
Hey man. Yeah, no, this is a pretty good movie. What's the movie again?
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah, it's 4.5 hours long.
Hey man, but it's 4.5 hours of just dick hard.
Just erect cock the entire 4.5 hours.
Ghosts with a sword and shit. Like, how does that even work?
That's call your doctor erect.
Yeah. If your erection lasts as long as Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, please contact physician.
Okay, so my number 1 is an obvious one. I've talked about it before. I'm a big fan of it. My number 1 favorite medieval movie is Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness.
Oh, that's also my number 1.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's your number 1, dude. Because it's a fantastic... Have we said your number 2 yet? Yeah, we have.
Come on, Charles. Keep up, son.
Keep up. I'm falling behind here. Buck. Army of Darkness is a fantastic movie.
Army of Darkness? Army of Darkness?
Well, while everybody else was doing Sandler humor in the early 90s, Sam Raimi knew what he was doing, making a horror satire in this movie.
Did he make this one too? I thought he just did the first 2.
No, Sam Raimi did all 3. He did all 3.
Okay, God bless Sam Raimi.
Yeah, and then he did all 3 Spider-Mans. All 3 Spider-Mans.
Slightly worse. Actually, no, the first 2 are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Evil Dead's a better series than Spider-Man, but
sure, that's fine. I also agree.
Specifically, Army of Darkness. This is another one of those ones that's like, I mean, I say I say Army of Darkness counts because most of it's medieval, but then there's that scene at the end where he's like in the shopping store. Like,
yeah, it counts.
He's working. Yeah, 100% fuck yes counts. Like, for instance, Black Knight would have counted. I wouldn't have put that on my list.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I
haven't seen any fucking medieval movies, dude. That's the problem.
Okay, so the Black Knight is like it's a.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that dragon movie. I haven't seen.
I know you've seen Aragon.
Yeah, but that movie fucking sucks a bag of dicks. Speaking of movies that had one book and they failed miserably, there's one for you, Aragon.
Yeah, like they were planning to make others because there was like 3 sequels or whatever.
There's 3 books. Uh-huh.
And here's the thing too, is that Aragon, yo, that book might actually be long enough you could split it into two movies.
Well, the third one, or I think it might be the second one, for sure you could. It's like 900 pages.
Yeah, they're real long books. I remember
The
reading
first one,
them.
the first one, that's it's about as long as like The Hobbit. So like one movie's fine.
Yo, here's the thing though, is that why aren't we making blockbuster movies out of Cornelia Funk's books, like Dragon Tale and The Thief Lord? Where are those movies? I know
Yeah,
The Thief Lord.
why has there been no Thief Lord movie?
No, there is a Thief Lord movie, but it was like limited.
Oh,
Yeah, and it wasn't very good either.
okay, well make it better this time.
yeah, yeah. Let's do Thief Lord movie. Fuck, I don't. The rich dude, just make that fucking Eddie Redmayne. I don't give a shit. Just make the movie. I'd be into it. Dude, bring Freddie Highmore out of child retirement.
Yeah, no, he's doing some shit.
Yeah, like indie British stuff though.
No, he's doing Bates Motel, bro.
Oh, is he on Bates Motel?
He's Norman Bates, bro.
Freddie Highmore is Norman Bates. All right, I believe you. I believe you. That's amazing. I got to watch that show. I got to watch that fucking joint.
It's pretty good. Real
I've heard-
dark, real dark. A lot of raping.
Hmm.
Lot of raping. Lot of rape.
How old is Norman Bates in this show? Is he like 17 or something? Because that's like
Yeah,
he
he's
did,
in high school.
he did August Rush like fucking 5 years ago, and he was still an infant. Speaking of movies that suck,
What?
August Rush?
Psycho?
No,
Get out of here.
Psycho's good. Psycho's good. So let's move on. We talked about
But
Army
the
of
thing
Darkness,
about here's the thing about Bates Motel. I've always wanted to talk about this, but there's never been an opportunity. The thing about Bates Motel is it's set in present day, right? So they have cell phones and shit. But in this universe, obviously the movie Psycho was never made.
True.
So that's just a little thing. Like, obviously the movie Psycho wasn't made in that particular universe. It's present day. They got iPhones and shit, but you can't see the movie Psycho.
So wait. Does that mean The Crows doesn't exist? Does that mean?
Oh, The Crow still exists because that. No, maybe not. Who knows?
Does Alfred Hitchcock even exist? Is he dead?
We don't. Well, I don't know, dude. They don't get that far into it. Okay, they don't get that far into it.
What if they watched the movie Hitchcock on that show and they're
Oh,
like,
how
wait,
badass would that be?
whoa, hold on, wait up, this looks familiar.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. So let's move on to our Avengers movie of the week. Let's talk about Thor.
Oh hell yeah!
Now, Thor gets shit on probably more than any other Marvel movie, and I gotta say, I kind of love it. I don't know. I kind of love it.
It's shitty, and I can explain why.
Okay, explain why you think it's bad.
Starts off, great. They're in Asgard. They're doing the Asgard shit, fighting the frost giants and shit. That stuff's great.
Yes,
Go to New Mexico for the Natalie Portman Beast storyline, and it's the most boring shit of all time. Nothing happens. There's no resolution. And then they fight a non-memorable villain, the giant robot thing, and then they talk to Loki for a bit, and it's over. That's the movie, and that's why it gets shit on, because it's just there's no conflict in it. There's no conflict in this movie.
I wouldn't agree. There's no conflict. I would say the conflict is
light on conflict. Though.
Yeah, I'd say the conflict's pretty light, and it is kind of uninteresting at points. But I don't know. Like, some of my favorite shit is seeing like Thor trying to function in fucking modern day society.
Yeah, that'd probably be great if anything happened. If literally anything happened.
Yo, you know what I remember about this movie? I remember when this movie came out, and you guys all went to see it without me, and then you came to my house afterwards and were all quoting the movie to me as if I was supposed to get it. You remember that? And you guys had big ass Slurpee cups and you were throwing them on the floor. You were like, I want another, because it's like from the movie. And I was like, you guys are making a goddamn mess. That's what I remember about this fucking movie. But no, I don't know. I kind of love it in a way that's like, I like seeing him fumble around in modern day society. Like that's why I like Encino Man so much, right? It's like there's not much conflict there. It's just a guy who doesn't know how to like live in our society, just fumbling about trying to skateboard and stuff. Like
I wish they would have put Thor on an escalator. I would have fucking lost it.
dude, here's the thing. Thor's still on lots of movies, man. There's still time.
I guess, but
Was there escalators
it
in
hasn't happened yet.
Is there escalators in the 40s? Because if Thor and Captain America both got on an escalator and they both had like a freak out, like how fucking good would that be?
Hey, Marvel for sure hire me to write your joke.
Marvel, in Age of Ultron, there better be some escalator
If I don't
mishaps.
see a goddamn escalator joke pretty soon, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. I don't know. I do agree that the villain is unmemorable. I would have liked to see more Loki. Like
That being said, I don't think it's a bad movie
yeah,
compared
no,
to some of them.
yeah, no,
I just don't think it's very interesting.
it's better than the Hulk, and I would even say it's better
Better
than
than
Iron Man 2.
I agree. I think it's better than Iron Man 2.
It's
Maybe 3. Maybe better
it's
than
just it's so fun as heck. It's got like a charm,
that.
a
It's
charm
not fun as
that
heck. I wouldn't say fun as heck.
I'd
So
say I'd say it's fun as heck. It's got a charm that
the
none of these
second
other.
one, the second Thor movie, that's fun as heck.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right. The second Thor movie, here's the thing. It's not bad. But here's the thing about the second Thor movie. I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with Loki.
I agree, but he doesn't do anything in the first one though. So
I mean, he does some stuff. He does some shit in the first one. There's like the end fight. There's the end fight. Now here's one thing that I really like about Thor. 100% keep casting Anthony Hopkins as things.
oh, yeah.
100%. Anthony Hopkins rules in this movie. Obviously, the best performance of the entire movie. I can barely tell it was him. You know when a performance is so good that you like halfway through the movie you're like, wait a minute, is that fucking no? And then you look it up and it is. It's just them acting really well.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of fucking people in this movie.
Yeah, we got Tom Hiddlesmouth.
You
We got we got I like fucking what's his name? Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård? That's not it.
Stellan.
Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård. I like him as the fucking
Yeah, no, he's a great character.
as a scientist. He's in the Avengers too, and I'm excited about that. And
You got Idris Elba as like the guy, the gatekeeper guy.
yeah, he was great
Love
too.
Idris.
He kills it, dude. He's got those eyes, man. Those
Yeah.
eyes freak me out in everything he's in. Like his eyes are a different
Piercing.
color. His eyes are a different piercing color and everything too. Like in this, they're red, and other stuff, they're blue. Like it's always piercing though.
That guy would be great.
Yeah.
Be great in anything. I know they got eyes on him for Bond, but he's too old. He's too old, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I think so too. But that being said, dude, Roger Moore, man, he was already tipping like 70 when he did those movies.
True.
He was pretty. No, he was like 50, but it was still pretty old, man.
I think Idris is about 44-ish, 40 mid 40s.
Yo, if he started in 6 years, he could pull off James Bond. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I
No,
wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't make waves. That's for sure. Who else was in this movie? Okay, here's the thing. Natalie Portman. If you ever seen an interview about her, she hates these movies. No, don't do a superhero movie if all you're gonna do is complain about your superhero movie that you got to do for lots of money.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I dislike about fucking Edward Norton too. Like, why'd you do a superhero movie if you didn't have any interest? You know? Like it had that bit at the end with fucking Robert Downey Jr. They knew full well where it was headed.
Oh, absolutely.
They knew what they were doing. They were like when they hired a Hulk, they should have been like, all right, so you got to be in this movie, but here's the things that we might need you again. Like if you're hiring for Hulk, you got to do that. You got to do it.
Yeah.
If you're building up to the Avengers. I remember when like they started building up for Avengers. That was like unheard of. It was a thing they had just never done before. And it was fascinating.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Uh,
I've always wanted that though. I've always wanted like a some sort of big universe, and the only thing that ever done anything like that prior was like
James Bond, I
no,
guess.
I don't even know. James Bond, Fast and Furious.
No, fuck, no. I still gotta watch all those movies.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
All of them? Every single one is a 10 out of 10.
I mean, I'd say most of them. I'd say there's at least 10 out of 10s in that series.
Out of the 6 that are currently out. All right. All right, 66% success rate. I can fucks with that.
First two, and then the last two, 10 out of 10.
Why was Hawkeye in this movie?
Don't know.
That's one thing that I wondered too. Is that they brought Jeremy Renner in to play Hawkeye for literally 3 seconds, and he didn't even do anything. He pulled the arrow, and you think something interesting is gonna happen, and then he's like, "Nah," and
And building it up.
he's just not in the movie for the rest of the movie. I mean, he's like the first person in the Avengers. He's like the first superhero in the Avengers. So I mean, they have to explain him somehow.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with those guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like an Iron Man 2 when you had Black Widow and fucking War Machine. They're just hyping up the Avengers, man.
I
You
get
know?
that, but like do something with them if you're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, that's what I liked about Iron Man 2 is that you had Black Widow actually doing shit. She was a character. Jeremy Renner just showed up to like
And
wave at the camera, say hi
hey,
to
and
my
not only
mom.
that, if you're gonna have Hawkeye in the Avengers, let him do something in the movie. He was in it for like maybe 15 minutes.
Here's the thing too, is that everybody in his family went to see that movie. Everyone in Jeremy Renner's family went to see that movie just to see him.
Fucking Coulson had a bigger role than fucking Hawkeye in that shit.
Yeah, but we've already discussed, man. Clark Gregg rules.
Yeah, that's true. True.
True, true. Big Clark Gregg fan.
Huge Clark Gregg.
Like that Clark Gregg. I like seeing him in old stuff when he has like one line. I can't remember specifically, but I've seen him in stuff where he's got like one line.
He's in like fucking CSI New York.
Fucking right he is. Fucking right he's in CSI New York. I don't know. I think not a lot happens in Thor. I'll give you that. It's a short one. It doesn't even clock in at 2 hours like most of these bad boys. I
Yeah.
still say it's fun as heck though.
There's some good stuff, and it's not the worst one. It's just real uninteresting compared to everything that came after it.
I really like the first half hour. Like I'll give you that when they're actually like doing Thor shit.
Yeah,
But like
that part was great.
once he puts on a t-shirt, you're like, okay, is this just gonna be Chris Hemsworth's abs for the rest of the movie? Or
This shit.
yeah.
Kat Dennings gonna be making little jokes. Little
Yeah,
jokes.
Kat Dennings gets to play a sarcastic character again.
Huh. 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 Huh.
Good
Nothing
to
new
know
there.
that she it's good to know she's stepping out of her boundary zone.
I like how she's the intern in this, and then in the second one she's still an intern. It's like, hey, motherfucker, interns don't last 2 years. You don't get to be an
True.
intern for 2 years.
Not to mention, how is she staying alive if she's not being paid?
Hey, man, there's paid internships.
All right, all right, all right. I feel you. Let's talk about. I don't know. I would say at least an 85, maybe even 90% fuck yes on Thor. But here's
It's
the
not
thing:
bad. It's not bad.
is that like if you really think about it, you could skip over this one, and the Avengers would make just as much sense.
Sure.
The only thing you need, like, there is a lot of characters from Thor in the Avengers, and they're all introduced in a fine way.
Loki.
Loki, fucking Eric Selvig, Hawkeye, Thor himself. Is all people that are just in the Avengers. Like the Avengers was basically Thor too,
Kind of.
but with AC/DC music behind Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah, they tussled. They tussled with that, man. So yeah, I'd say 75% to maybe even 80% fuck yes on Thor.
All right, let's
It's
keep going. Let's keep going here.
Yeah, let's talk about robot overlords.
Okay.
Not a lot of robot overlords.
First of all, why did you pick this?
The title itself just seemed so hilarious that
Then you got a decent cast, well, at least two people,
yeah, you got
two famous people in it.
Ben Kingsley and that other girl who I couldn't tell you what she's from. I don't remember.
Gillian Anderson from X-Files. Get the fuck out of here.
Ah, true, true. That
Get
is
the
who it is.
fuck out of here.
I don't watch a lot of X Files. That's like your bit. That's like your thing. But we got Ben Kingsley. Here's the thing. Gandhi, Schindler's List, Robot Overlords. Which of these things is not like the other?
Should
I
be a
mean,
list.
Ben Kingsley is really quite good, actually. And he's even quite good in this movie, but seeing him go hard.
Remember Iron Man 3?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was in that too, wasn't he? Yeah, he's been in some shitty movies recently. This, Exodus, Iron Man
Exodus,
3.
yeah.
He was in Exodus, kind of. Like, he was barely in it.
There's a lot of people that were barely in Exodus, alright? I was barely in Exodus, I think.
I had a line in Exodus, and then they told me to get the fuck out. Because the only
Yeah.
person who gets more than one line is Christian Bale.
Then Ridley Scott elbow dropped me off the top rope and told me to get the fuck out.
So, Robot Overlords. Okay, let's... First of all, this is one of the worst concepts, like, in history. Basically...
Nah, I don't know. That seems fine.
No, I'd say the concept's pretty dumb. The concept is that robots have come to study planet Earth, and they have said that they will not harm any human beings as long as every human stays inside their house always. Can never leave your house. How do you live? How do you eat?
They bring you food.
Yeah, okay, sure. Robot food, great. Robot couriers. Still don't know if I buy it, but
It's a sci-fi movie, Charles.
so we got Ben Kingsley, who for some reason fought the law and he won, and now he's above the law like Steven Seagal.
It's not how that works. Not how that works at all.
Well, he's working with the robot overlords because they're saying they're gonna exterminate all human beings except for all the people who worked with the robot overlords. What were they called? They had it, collaborators or something like that.
That's correct.
And they started off with Ben Kingsley kind of being a good dude, like he was kind of a good guy. And then they just crashed down the gates with his villainy, like immediately. They set him up as a good guy, and then they just break the gates right down. They have him fucking torturing like a 15-year-old or something. Here's the biggest problem with this movie is that main characters were all kids, and they were all bad. That's one of the biggest problems. Another big problem, there wasn't a single robot overlord in this movie.
That's my main problem with it. Other than that, I kind of like this movie.
Really?
I don't seem fine to me.
I don't know. To me, I don't know. The concept is ridiculous to me. And they had
It's a fucking sci-fi movie with robots in it. Like, I've read stuff that's similar to this.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But here's the thing: is that instead of having robot overlords, they replaced it with this. What do they call him? Like a communicator or something like that. He tells people.
In my opinion, this must have been called something else, and then Last Minute Studio changed it to Robot Overlord, so it would sell more.
Well,
Like that can't be the original title because there's
in
no
some regions-
overlords in it.
In some regions, it's called Our Robot Overlords, which I guess would make a little bit more sense because it almost sounds like an oath that people have to take.
Hmm.
But nope, just Robot Overlords. Also, the font game. The font that they had for the beginning credits, what was that? It was pretty bad. It was like Helvetica.
It was something that comes built in with
yeah. Fucking
with Adobe,
Microsoft
whatever.
After Effects or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
that was another thing about this movie. Like, there was some good CGI and then some of the worst CGI I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, that's something I noticed. Like most of the robots were like the drone robots, not bad, not
Yeah,
bad. Everything else, specifically the flying scenes.
the giant cube things, those were
Oh, those are
so
terrible.
bad.
What were they thinking with that shit?
But like, how does the robot look so good, and then everything else was like fucking $5 flame animations off?
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah,
They Googled green screen fire.
yeah, unbelievable.
But as I was saying earlier, you had I think his name was Craig something, but he was playing like the mediator between the robot overlords and the human race,
Oh God.
and it was like it was like a creepy baby with a creepy baby face.
Yeah, its face didn't move, but just its
Yeah.
mouth moved.
One of the most horrifying things I've ever seen in my life.
Terrifying,
Yo,
terrifying.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Take that kid, give him the exact same features, make it a horror movie. Might be the scariest movie of all time. Like, make it a horror movie where he fucking sneaks up and kills children or something. I don't give a shit, dude.
Didn't you say like you could barely watch it because of that?
I could barely keep my eyes on the screen because it was so disgusting to look at. It was so gross. It was so gross. 100% fuck no on the baby robot overlord mediator thing. 100% fuck no. But there was also some conflict resolution that it didn't really make sense to me. Now this movie just came out, so I'm not sure I want to give spoilers, but it's also like 100% fuck no movie.
How'd you not get it? I'd like to know your reasoning on how you don't understand this movie because it's paper thin plot. You should
No,
be
no, no,
able
no.
to.
I understood most of it, but at the end, Ben Kingsley is like he throughout the entire movie he has like these robot codes that override the robots so that they can't
Okay.
kill certain people. And then at the end, it just like stops working and he gets killed by a robot. What
Okay,
was that?
I can explain it if you want me to.
Go for it. Seriously, go for it, because it didn't make sense to me.
Okay, well you know how the one kid could like control robots and shit.
Uh huh.
He took over the baby. He took over the robot baby. And since the robot baby is the mediator between the robots and humans, he became the mediator.
I still don't.
What don't you get about it?
No, I get it. I get it. It's just so dumb. It's so stupid. This is a movie that it's pretty rare that you and I differ so heavily on a movie, but I'm gonna say 100% fuck no. Like this was way worse than Seventh Son. Like
No, no
way,
way.
way worse, dude.
This is a
Way.
good sci-fi movie.
It was so fucking paper thin, and I hated all of the characters. There wasn't a single character in this movie I liked. Maybe like the littlest kid, but that was like barely. I barely liked that kid.
Hmm, yeah, I guess I'll give you that. The characters weren't very well developed or anything.
Like I said, some of the drone work, it's pretty good drone work.
I don't know. I liked it. I enjoy. Have you ever seen Attack the Block?
No, it's what?
It's like a
No,
better version of this.
it's
It's
like a
like
better. Why don't you just fucking tell people to watch that?
watch Attack the Block, and then if you're like, oh, I could use some more British sci-fi, that's basically the same idea. Check out Robot Overlords.
But only check out Robot Overlords if you haven't seen Attack of the Block yet. If you watch Attack of the Block and you're like, you know what, that was good. I don't know if I could do any more. Then you're good.
Attack the Block's like 5 stars, dude.
Is it Attack of the Block? Huh? I'll write that one down.
Attack the Block.
Attack the Block.
It's an alien movie. Yeah, it's good.
Is it from the 80s? I would love.
No, it's from like 2 years ago, bro. Bro.
Attack the Block. All right, it's written down. It's going on the watch list. Letterboxd.com. You can go over there, sign up on Letterboxd.com.
You might actually like that one. That's a pretty good movie.
Attack the Block. Yeah, I'll check it out. But here's the thing: is that would I like it that much though? Because of how much I disliked Robot Overlords.
It's not that similar. It's
Okay.
like it's a British sci-fi movie. That's the only thing that's the same.
Okay. All right. All right. Like I said, Ben Kingsley, he did pretty well in this movie. Jillian, what's her
Aliens instead.
fuck?
No
What?
babies. No.
No, no babies. Okay, I'm in. I'm in if there's no creepy robot babies, because like that was like one of my main qualms
No.
with this.
Obviously, this isn't a very good movie, and I don't
Yeah.
think it was made on a very large budget.
Oh no, I don't think so either. I think they must have spent a lot of their money on Ben Kingsley, or he's doing like volunteer work. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
maybe it was just like close to his house or something. So I was like, I guess I could do this.
he was like walking. He was like walking to the market, and then he happened to walk by a movie set, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's Ben! Hey, Mr. Kingsley!
Kingsley.
Hey, Mr. Kingsley!" Stopped by, did a couple of scenes. Took him an hour and a half to pop out all of his lines.
I mean, he wasn't in it that much, but it probably would. He was probably on set for at least a couple days.
Yeah. Some of the action in this movie is pretty good, but my big problem is that this is an action movie that is based solely on hiding, right? They hide for most of the movie. Like they almost go around the action, and it would have been nicer. It was like, do you remember Godzilla? Did you see the newest Godzilla movie?
No.
With Bryan Cranston. Okay, so my biggest qualm with that movie is the same sort of thing, is that there is interesting action going on, but they keep cutting away from the interesting action to talk to give us the character stories that we clearly don't give a shit about.
Hmm.
And that's my biggest problem, is that they keep removing us from the action that we know is taking place.
Yeah, 100% don't do that.
Yeah, to show us these characters that we really don't care about. Like, I think they wanted us to care about the kid and finding his dad and all that. And to be honest, I really didn't. I didn't care.
Well, I think the problem is like they treated death too lightly, because in the first 10 seconds the little kid's dad dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then nobody really cares or says anything about that after. Like,
yeah, it's not like a big deal. The kid, like, they don't give him condolences or nothing. It's just the kid's just like, all right, kid's dad's dead. You want him to live here? And they're like, okay. And that was like the movie.
I think it could have. I think the script could have used a rewrite, and this might have been like a pretty good movie. I think.
Yeah, this might have been all right if they had done some.
'Cause I'm completely not on board with saying that the concept's bad. I think it's pretty decent.
I liked it at first, but as the sillier the movie got, the sillier I realized the concept was. I don't know. I wasn't on board with the concept. I feel like something like that could be successful, like a concept like that. But you need to go more in depth with it, because like they just sort of gave us loose parameters on how the universe worked. They didn't tell us exactly how it worked. Feel me, dog?
I don't know if you watched the same movie I did, because like everything that you are confused about was clearly just spoken. Like they clearly talked about everything that you're confused about.
I'm just saying for something like this, a concept like this, it needs to be more complex than those are the bad guys, this is the good guys. It needs to be more complex. It needs to be more layered, and it wasn't really. It was just, these are good guys, these are bad guys. Good guys are good, bad guys are bad.
I don't understand how you could be confused about it.
I'm not confused. I'm not confused. I was confused about that one thing. We cleared it up. I'm not confused anymore, all right? I get the movie. I'm just saying I didn't really like it. I feel like the concept could work, but it needed lots of touching. Like there needed lots of touch-ups.
All right. Well, that's fair.
I'm sticking with my 100% fuck no rating.
All right. So what do we do next week?
Next week we're gonna watch another movie with old ass Jeff Bridges.
Oh, why?
It's called The Giver. We're gonna watch the brand new movie from Mark Wahlberg. It's called The Gambler.
Oh shit! Giver and the Gambler, G episode.
The G-isode. And then breaking the G, we're gonna watch the next movie. What? Why? We're gonna watch the next movie.
The G-chain.
We're gonna watch the next movie in the Avengers saga. Captain America, the first Avenger. Now I really fucking like this one, so I'm really
Yes, it's
excited
good.
about this.
I like this one too.
It's real good. Definitely better than Thor. Maybe my favorite of Phase 1 besides Avengers. Like, it's real good.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
But
Got the red skull.
the Red Skull. But of course, we'll get into that next episode on Sunday. So make sure you tune in. My name's Charles Fox. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Charles Fox.
It's Charlie. I think it's Charlie Fox.
Is it Charlie? I forget where I put Charles and where I put Charlie.
you fucking up hard. You can follow me on Letterboxd and Twitter and all your favorite social media networks. Jesus H Macy. We've got some great news. 100 subscribers on YouTube, Charles.
100 subscribers on YouTube. Well, goddamn, look at us go.
God bless you and your family.
I'll bring back the champagne next week.
Nah.
I'm gonna get mad fucked.
I'm 3 months sober. So
Nah, though. You just said that you tried to watch Seventh Son last night, wasted.
Oh yeah. Forgot about last night.
Oh, you slimy son of a bitch.